I'm Daniel Barenboim, and I would like to welcome you to 5 minutes on Beethoven's Sonata for Piano, Opus 10, number 3. If you have watched the sequence on the Moonlight Sonata, and even more so another one where I talked about the impossibility of speaking about music, because when we do that, or we think we do that, we only talk about our reaction to the music, what we see in it, according to our knowledge, according to our mood, but not really about the essence of the music, because the music expresses itself in sound. Today, I would like to tell you a little story about the last movement of one of Beethoven's most wonderful early sonatas, Opus 10, number 3. When I was a child, I went to the master class of Edwin Fischer, great Swiss pianist, one of the greatest musicians, I think, I ever met. And he gave a lesson on the last movement of this sonata, which goes something like this. And he spent the whole lesson talking about the humor in this music. And the humor showed itself by these 3 notes of the beginning, being interrupted by the silence, and then being repeated again. And he thought this was a perfect example of humor in music. Aha! Aha! And it was very convincing. And I remember the person who was playing the piano had great difficulty to express what the great master was telling him, but he tried and he did somewhat. Quite a few years later, I went to a recital of another great pianist that I greatly admired, Claudio Arrau. Claudio Arrau was one of the most serious musicians that ever came on this earth. He was able to see the dark side and the tragic side in the most innocent music. And I went to have dinner with him after his concert, and he gave me a long lecture about the tragic nature of the last movement of Beethoven's Sonata, Opus 10, number 3. Just imagine, he said to me, just imagine 3 notes immediately interrupted, as if they are dying, and then comes again, and again they're interrupted. It is the inability of these 3 notes to become something continuous and create a melody. This is the very essence of tragic expression in music. And then the music gets going. For me, this has remained a perfect example of the dangers of choosing adjectives to explain the music. Music can really only be explained through sound. Thank you very much for watching this sequence. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I would be very delighted to read or hear your comments. Thank you very much.